Good afternoon to all of you. Is my voice audible? आवाज येतोय का माझा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon to all of you. Welcome to this session. Today we are having lecture from 1 to 2 p.m. So all of you please join fast so that we will continue our lecture. We'll start our lecture. I will wait for 2 more minutes and after that I will start this lecture. From last 20 days we are learning this subject, that is basic English grammar, and we have completed unit, that is parts of speech. Okay, in the last lecture we have completed it. In the last lecture we have learned what are the intersections and how they are used to show the feelings or emotions or uh, expressions. Okay, so intersections we generally use when we got surprised or we got shocked or we got afraid of something. Okay, so just we intersections are the words that we freak out. Okay, that we freak out of our mouth. Okay, it also are the exclamations. Okay, uh, when we are at a surprising situation or we got surprised uh, or we got frightened or we got joy. Okay, we are enjoying something, then the feelings or emotions that we share with words. Okay, and utterances, that utterances are called as intersections. So we have learned them in the last lecture. Before, from last 20 days we are learning the first topic, very basic topic of English grammar, that is parts of speech. So there are 8 parts of speech. Okay, there are 8 parts of speech. Before that we have learned that what is language, why it is important, and what is its use. What is English language? Okay, why it is important, what is the importance of English language, we have discussed about that. After that we have learned 8 parts of speech, that is noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Okay, so we have studied all of these uh, topics and subtopics. Okay, so today we are going to start another chapter, that is tenses. Okay, before that uh, we will see what is sentence and what are its parts. Okay, what is the sentence and what are its parts. In the from last 20 days we are learning, or we know that what are the parts of speech. Speech means what? Speech means that we talk or that we speak. Okay, words or sentences that we speak are called as speech. Okay, but speech is made up of sentences, and sentences are made up of words. Okay, so what type of words we need, or what type of class or parts of a sentence we need to construct a sentence, that we are going to learn today. So let me share you screen. so that you will see the presentation. Okay. I'm sharing you screen and presentation. So is it visible? दिखते का है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll start today's lecture, that is tenses in English. Okay, so let me first tell you the importance and why we learn tenses at the very first. uh, okay, and why they are used, and what is their use, and what is their importance, that we are going to learn today. So let me tell you that tense is an important part of any language. Okay, so tense is the very important part of any language. Without tenses or without proper construction of sentences, we cannot speak properly or in a uh, grammatically correct uh, fashion. Okay, we cannot talk in a grammatically correct manner or fashion. That is why we use tense to learn what are the structures of a sentence in different tenses. Okay, so tense is the chapter where we are going to learn the structures that are related to the sentences that we construct in each tense. Okay, so that's why we learn the tense. So uh, let's see. Tense is an important part of any language. The study of tense tells us how to form a sentence to indicate an action in a particular time. Okay, so the study of these tenses tell us how to construct a sentence to indicate an action in a particular time or at a particular time span. Okay, so for showing the action or for denoting the action that is happening in the past, we generally use past structure of the tense. And for showing the actions that will be going or that will be happening in the future, we use the future tense. Okay, and in the present tense, that actions that we usually do, the habits that we are having, that we have, that are shown with the present tense. Okay, that is why these three tenses we use to construct the sentences. Then see, the knowledge of tense makes a the knowledge of tense makes us the perfect user of language. Read that use as us. It is a spelling mistake. So the knowledge of tense makes us the perfect user of language. Okay. So when we get knowledge, we pick or we got knowledge of using tenses or the structures that are related with the uh, tenses, then we use or we become the perfect user of a language. And for English language, it is very important to learn the structures. And without structures, we cannot even form the sentences. Okay, so That is why the tenses is the most important topic that we should know, or that we should learn. And it is we and we have been learning it. Okay, we have been learning it from last uh, minimum 15 years. Okay, as you are graduate students, undergraduate students, as you are undergraduate students, you are learning the tenses from last 12 years. Okay, so that is why it is very important to know the tenses and its structures. So the knowledge of tense makes us the perfect user of language. Before learning tenses, we should know the parts of a sentence. So before learning the tenses, we should know what are the parts of a sentences, what are the parts, or what are the uh, parts related to the sentences. Okay, that we use the sentence, we generally construct, or we form the sentence with the help of its parts. So how many parts are there, that we will learn in the further chapter. Okay, so you should also remember the parts of speech in general, and verbs in particular are at the core of any sentence. So see this sentence. We should also remember the parts of speech. So we have learned the parts of speech from last 20 days. We are learning it, and we know that what are the parts of speech, how many they are, and what are its uses. Okay, and how we use them in a sentence. So we have learned and we have studied them, and that is why these parts of speech, we use them in a general, okay, to construct the sentence. And verbs in particular means we use particular verb or proper verb to form the meaningful sentences. Okay, to form the meaningful sentences, it is very important to use a particular verb or particular action. Okay, particular verb, we should use them, or we should use it to show or to indicate particular action. And that is why uh, these verbs are very important, uh, and they play very important role in forming the sentences and forming the meaningful sentences. So they are at the core of any sentences. इज इट अंडरस्टूड? तर ह्या पद्धतीनं आपण हा टेन्सेस हा चॅप्टर काय करणार आहोत, तर शिकणार आहोत. पण त्याच्या आधी आपण काय करायचंय, बिफोर दॅट वी विल लर्न हाऊ द सेंटेन्स इज मेड अप ऑफ, हाऊ मेनी पार्ट्स वी यूज टू फॉर्म अ सेंटेन्स. ओके, so before learning the tenses, let's first discuss about the sentence. Okay, and parts of sentence. So first of all, what is sentence? What is a sentence that we will study or we will see? Okay, so what is a sentence? A sentence is a meaningful group of words. A sentence is a meaningful group of words. Okay, so to form a sentence or to construct a sentence, we need a meaningful group arranged in a meaningful manner to form a meaningful sentence. So when it becomes meaningful, when we use it with meaningful arrangement and meaningful group of word. Okay, we use the words in a meaningful fashion or meaningful manner, in a structured fashion, we use the words, then it will create or then it will form a meaningful sentence. So that is why a sentence is a meaningful group of words. We call it as a meaningful group of words. Let's see there are some examples. See the first example. We are learning English. We are learning English. आम्ही इंग्लिश शिकत आहोत. Second is tractor is swimming. Tractor is swimming. Tractor पोहत आहे. So these two are the sentences we take into consideration. Okay. So in the above example, both the sentences are correct in terms of grammar. So these both sentences that we have we have written here, we have wrote here. So these both sentences are correct in terms of grammar. We are learning English. This is the past continuous tense sentence, and tractor is no. It is the present continuous tense sentence. We are, okay, and there is no was, okay. So it is the continuous present tense. And second is tractor is swimming. So this is also continuous present tense. Okay. But though these are two sentences that we wrote here in a grammatically correct fashion or grammatically correct manner, can we get the exact meaning from the second sentence? Is it a meaningfully correct sentence? We are talking about second sentence, that is tractor is swimming. Tractor is swimming. Is it a meaningful sentence? I don't think.
No, no, sir.
No. How tractor can swim? How a tractor can swim? No. Is tractor a living animal or it is a non-living? Tractor is non-living, and it doesn't have a life. Okay, so uh, it can't move by its own self. Okay, that is why it is a non-living thing, and it can't swim. We can say that tractor is floating. Okay, to float means tarangne. Tractor is floating, but we can't say that tractor is swimming. So that is why this second sentence is, though it is a grammatically correct sentence, it is the wrong sentence by its meaning. Okay, it doesn't have a meaning. Okay, it is not indicating or showing the correct meaning. Tractor is swimming, we can't say that. We can say that tractor is floating. Okay, tractor is floating, but the first sentence, we are learning English, it is a grammatically correct sentence as well as it is meaningful sentence. So this is the difference between the grammatically correct sentence but meaningfully wrong sentence. Okay, so we find the second sentence wrong. Therefore, a sentence is a group of meaningful words. That is why we are calling it as a group of meaningful words used in a meaningful manner or used at a meaningful or proper place. That is why this is the sentences are important. See the next slide. So, how a sentence is made up? How sentence is made up? It is made up of its parts. It is made up of its parts. So there are some parts of sentence which are compulsory and some are not compulsory. So sentences are made up of its parts, but in the parts there are some compulsory parts and there are some not compulsory parts. Okay, so uh, what are the compulsory parts and what are the not compulsory or non-compulsory parts that we will see. So let's discuss about the first, that is subject. So sentence is generally made up of the four parts. Okay, first is subject plus verb plus object plus complement. So these are the four parts of a sentence, and generally what we need subject and verb. Generally we need subject and verb at least to form a sentence. Okay, so generally we need subject plus verb to construct or to form a meaningful sentence. So these two, when we are using, they are the compulsory parts. Okay, so verb is the compulsory part. So if we want to construct a sentence or we want to create a sentence without verb, can it be possible? Without verb we can't create any sentence. Okay, or we can't perform any type of sentence without a verb, without verb. So verb is the most important and compulsory and mandatory part of the sentence. So without verb we can't construct any sentence. Okay, not a single sentence we can construct without a verb. But all the other parts, that is subject, object and complement, these are the not compulsory or non-compulsory parts of sentence. So verb is the most important to form a sentence, but if we are using subject plus verb, it can be a meaningful sentence. Or if we are using verb plus object plus complement and we are omitting the subject, then also we can construct a sentence. But but without verb we cannot uh, form a sentence. Okay, so to form a sentence verb is necessary or compulsory part. Okay, so a sentence at least should have a subject and a verb. सेंटेन्स मध्ये सब्जेक्ट आणि व्हर्ब मिनिमम ॲटलिस्ट म्हणजे कमीत कमी एक सब्जेक्ट आणि एक व्हर्ब असलाच पाहिजे. सब्जेक्ट नसेल, इफ देर इज नो सब्जेक्ट but there is a verb and object, then also it we can construct sentence. But without verb or by omitting the verb we cannot create sentence. Okay, so without verb the sentence cannot be possible to construct. Okay, so this is about the sentence structure. Let's see in details the parts of sentences. Let's discuss in details. Okay, so the first part of sentence is the subject. So what is the subject? What is a subject? A subject occurs at the initial position of a sentence. So generally we use subject at the very start of a sentence or at the very initial position of a sentence. Let's say example. Let's discuss it with example. I am a police. I am a police. And let's see the second sentence. Pune is my favorite city. Pune is my favorite city. So here, the two highlighted words in a red ink, red color, these two are called as subjects. Okay. So I and Pune. So and I and Pune. These two are the subjects of a sentence. These two are called as subject of a sentence because they came at the very initial position in a sentence. So, what is a subject? Let's see. A subject is a noun or pronoun in its subjective form. A subject is a noun or pronoun in its subjective form. So subject is generally a noun. Okay. Subject is generally a noun, or it may be, or it is pronoun in its subjective form. Pronoun in subjective form. So what is the subjective form of pronoun? There are pronouns. How many pronouns are there? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. These are the pronouns. And what are its subjective forms, or what are its subjective case? We have learned it. We have learned it in the parts of speech. Okay. What is the subjective case of pronoun? It is the case, or it is the subjective form, or it is the form when we use it in the active voice. Okay. When we are speaking the sentences of active voice, then we use subjective case of a noun. Let's see one example. I'm eating a mango. I'm eating a mango. So here I is the pronoun and it is used in a subjective form. Okay, it is used in a subjective form. I is the subjective form of the pronoun I, and its objective form is when we use it in the passive voice. Okay, so what would be the active and passive voice? Active voice means what? We are speaking that sentences. Okay, we are speaking, or it is the sentence which is spoken by the speaker. Okay, and when we convert it in the passive voice, or we are telling that someone told this. Okay, then we are using its passive form. Okay, that is why I am a police. Here I is the subject and it is a pronoun. It may be pronoun, subject may be pronoun or noun. Okay, so in the next example, Pune is my favorite city. So in this example we have Pune as a noun. Okay, Pune is a noun and it is used as subject of the sentence. Okay, so a subject is a noun or pronoun in its subjective form. In subjective form means what? I, we, you, he, she, it, they. These are the subjective form or subjective case. And its objective case is me, us, him, her, his, their, your. These are the एक मिनट objective case of I is me. Objective case of you as it is. You remains as it is in objective case also. Objective case of he He in passive voice becomes him. Her becomes her becomes her. It becomes it. They becomes them. We becomes us. So this is the transformation from active to passive. Okay. So a subject is a noun or pronoun in its subjective form. Sometimes other elements such as adverb can occur at the beginning. Okay. So subject generally came at the very first place of a sentence, but sometimes the adverb also can occur at the beginning. Okay. Sometimes adverb also can come at the first place or at the very beginning of a sentence. So let's see the example of that. Finally, I became a police. So here, finally is a word, and what is its class or what part of speech it is? Finally. It has ly suffix, so we can understand that, or we can identify that it is adverb. Okay, finally is the adverb, and it came at the first place of a sentence or very beginning of a sentence. Finally, I became a police. So in this example, uh, I is the subject, became is the verb, a police is the object, but finally came before the subject. Okay, so adverb, we can use adverb at any place of a sentence. We can use it at the very beginning of a sentence, at the middle of a sentence, or at the end of a sentence. So adverbs are the parts of speech that we can use at uh, any position in a sentence. So this is about the subject. Okay, subject is a noun or pronoun in subjective form. Then let's see the next, that is the verb. Okay, parts of sentence. The next part of sentence is verb. Next element after subject is verb. So what is verb? A verb is the action showing word. Okay, it is the action showing word, or verb shows the action or a position or state of a object, or it may be living or non-living. Okay, so verb is the action denoting word. Okay, action denoting word. Next element after subject is verb. A verb includes helping verb and main verb. So verb has two types. There are two types of verb. First is helping verb and the next is main verb. So what are the helping verbs? These are the verbs that we use before the main verb. Okay, these are the words we use before the main words. So am is are, was were, do does did, have has had, they might must. These are the helping verb or supporting verb. And main verbs are the verbs that we use as a separate verb. Okay, or it may be used in a connection with the helping verb. Okay, so let's see the example. He is playing cricket. He is playing cricket. So in this example, is playing is called as a verb in this sentence. He is the subject, is playing is the verb, and cricket is the object. What is playing? cricket. So sometimes adverb can occur between helping verb and main verb. Okay. So sometimes what happen? Adverb is the word that we can use at any position or any place in a sentence. So sometimes adverb can occur between helping verb also and main verb also. So if there are helping verb and main verb in the sentence, then we can use that adverb in between them also. Okay, in between them also we can use the adverb. Let's see how we can use it. He is always playing mobile game. He is always playing mobile game. So here he is the subject. Is called as verb. Always is the adverb. Playing is also a verb. Mobile game is the object. Okay, so is always playing. Is playing is the verb. Is the helping verb, and play is the main verb. Okay, is playing is the verb, and in between them we are using adverb, that is always. Okay, so always here came as an adverb. Okay, so sometimes a helping verb can also be used as a main verb. Okay, so we can sometimes we use adverb in between helping verb and main verb also. So let's see the next, that is sometimes a helping verb can also be used as main verb. So in the sentence, sometimes what happen, we can use helping verb as a main verb. If there is no any main verb present in the sentence, then we can use helping verb as a main verb. When there is absence of the main verb in a sentence, then if there is a verb in a sentence, or if there is a helping verb in a sentence, then that helping verb will become, or it becomes, the main verb of that sentence. Let's see it with the example. Let's understand it with example. The sky is blue. The sky is blue. So is there any main verb present in the sentence? Is there any main verb present in this sentence? No. There is only a helping verb in this sentence. Is the only helping verb that is present in this sentence. There is no main verb in this sentence. There is no any main verb present in this sentence. So here is works as a main verb of this sentence. Let's see the second example. I was there. Second example is I was there. So here in this example, I is the subject, was is the verb, that is helping verb, was, and there is the complementary part of the sentence. So was here works as a main verb of this sentence. Why it is? Because there is no helping, or there is no main verb which is present in this sentence. Here in this sentence there is only a helping verb, and that is was, and that is why was here works as the main verb of the sentence. So this is about the verb. Okay, verb समजला का? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's see the third part, that is object. Okay, the third part of a sentence is object. So what is object? Let's see. An object includes a noun phrase, or pronoun in its objective case or objective form. An object includes a noun phrase, or pronoun in its objective form. So, what is object? Object is a noun or pronoun. Okay, noun or pronoun in its objective form. If there is a pronoun I, then its objective case will be me. If there is a pronoun we, then its objective case would be us. If there is pronoun you, then its objective case will remain you. It is okay. So objective case of you will be you itself. Then objective case of he, it is him. Her, she, her. It, it. It will remain it, and they will remain. They will become them. So object is nothing but it is the objective case or objective form of pronoun, or it is a noun, or it is a noun phrase. ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय? ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह म्हणजे एकतर ते नाउन असतं किंवा नाउन फ्रेज असतं, or it may be pronoun in its objective form. म्हणजे ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह फॉर्म मध्ये प्रोनाउन, ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह फॉर्म मधलं प्रोनाउन जेव्हा आपण वाक्यात वापरतो तेव्हा सुद्धा ते येतं ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, let's see it with examples. Let's see first example. She called her. She called her. So in this example, she is the subject, called is the verb, and her is the object. Okay, her is the object. And let's see the next example. Second example, they informed the police. They informed the police. So the police in this example works as an object. Okay, why it is so? Because here in the first example, her is the pronoun in objective form. It is a pronoun in objective form, and the police is the noun phrase. We are using it as an object in this sentence. They informed the police. The is the article that we are using, and police is the noun, and that is why the police, it becomes the noun phrase. Okay, that is why object includes a noun, object includes a noun or pronoun in its objective form. So her is the objective form of she, and the police is the noun phrase. Then let's see, transitive verb takes object, and intransitive verb does not take object. Generally what? Transitive verb takes object, or it is followed by object. In the transitive in the transitive sentence, there comes object after the verb. Okay, there comes object after the verb, and that is why it is called as transitive. In intransitive verb, there does not take any object. Okay, intransitive verb does not take any object, means in intransitive verb in intransitive verb there is no object after the verb. Okay, there comes no object, or there is the absence of object after the verb. Okay, let's see it with examples. let's let's first see the let's see the first example. I walk. So here in this example, I is the subject and walk is the verb. I walk, मी चालतो. Is there any object in this sentence? Is there any object in this sentence? No, there is absence of object. Okay, there is no any noun phrase which came after the verb, or there is no any objective form of a pronoun which is used in this sentence, and that is why it is a intransitive verb. Okay, I walk. In this example, walk is the intransitive verb. It is not followed by object. Okay, it is not followed by object. And see the next example. He studies English. He studies English. In this example, he is the subject, studies is the verb, and English is the object. Okay, English is the object. So here in this example, studies is the transitive verb. Why it is? Because it is taking object after it. It is followed by object after that. Okay, that is why it is the transitive verb. Okay, and let's see the fourth part and last part, that is complement. Okay, last part, that is fourth part of a sentence, is complement. So what is complement? A complement is an additional information part. So it is the part of a sentence which is showing or which is telling the additional information about that sentence. Okay, that is why it is called as additional information part. Generally, a complement is an adverb. Okay, so generally what happens? Complement is work at, or it is working as an object, an adverb. Okay, generally in a sentence, adverb works as a complement. It can be a single word, a phrase, or a clause. Okay, so that complement can be a single word, it can be a phrase, or it can be a clause. Okay, so let's see its examples. Complement: sometimes I work late night. So here in this example, sometimes is the adverb which came in the very beginning of the sentence, and it is working as a complement. Okay, then I work late sometimes. In this example also, adverb came, but it came at the last of the sentence, at the end of the sentence. So it is called as complementary part. They are generally reading ready-made notes. They are generally reading ready-made notes. So here generally is the adverb which is which came in between helping verb and main verb. Okay, so it is called as adverb. Then next example is he goes to the school. He goes to the school. So he goes is the one part, that is he is the subject, goes is the verb, and to the school, this is the noun phrase. Okay, this is the noun phrase. School is the noun, the is the article, and to is the preposition. Okay, to is the preposition. That is why to the school is uh, called as a noun phrase. Okay, that is why it is the complement of the sentence. See the next example. She works with her brother. With is the adverb, and her brother is the noun phrase. So this totally with her brother becomes the noun phrase. She works with her brother. So here it is with her brother is called as the complement of the sentence. Then see the last example. He cuts the wood with an axe. With an axe. So with is the adverb and axe is the noun phrase. With an axe is the noun phrase. Okay. So he cuts the wood with an axe. So it is called as complement. So this is about the complement of a sentence. So we are having only 6 minutes. Let's take the attendance first, and then you can leave this meeting. Okay. So I will call your roll number, or you may comment your roll number in the chat box also. Okay. So I will call your roll number. By the time you can comment your roll number in the chat box also. Okay. Roll number 1,
Yes, sir.
2,
Present, sir.
3,
Present, sir.
4, 4, 5. Roll number 5, 6,
Present, sir.
7, 7, 8,
Yes, sir.
9,
Present, sir.
10. Roll number 10, 11,
Present, sir.
12,
Present, sir.
13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16. Roll number 16, 17,
Present.
18, 18, 19,
19 present, sir.
20, 20, 21, 22, 23,
Yes, sir.
24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28,
Present, sir.
29,
Yes, sir.
30,
Yes, sir.
31, 31, 32,
Present, sir.
33, 33, 34, 35,
Yes, sir.
36,
Present, sir.
37,
Yes, sir.
37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42,
Yes, sir.
43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48,
Present, sir.
49, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58,
Yes, sir.
59,
Present, sir.
59,
Yes, sir.
60. Roll number 60, 61,
Present, sir.
62,
Present, sir.
63,
Yes, sir.
64, 64, 65, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69,
Present, sir.
70,
Present, sir.
71, 72, 73, 74, 75,
Yes, sir.
76,
74 present, sir.
76. Roll number 76, 77, 78, 79,
Yes, sir.
78 is present. 78, 80, roll number 80,
Present, sir.
81, 81, 82, 83, 84.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you are having any doubt regarding your attendance, you can chat your roll number in the chat box. Okay. Just before leaving this meeting, you can chat your roll number in the message box. Please do that and leave this meeting. Okay. After that, and join your next lecture. Okay. Shall we stop here then? If anybody has remained to message his or her roll number in the chat box, please do that first and leave this meeting. Okay. After that. Okay. So we'll stop here. Thank you for joining this lecture. See you in the next lecture.